This is going to be an analysis on the unhealthy relationship between Denji and Makima, how it's going to be happening to you, and how you should create awareness on this subject because it can lead to some dire consequences in our lives. We're going to be relating this relationship through an anime into our lives in this video. By the way, there are some spoilers for Chainsaw Man Season 1. Be warned. Makima's character in-depth breakdown. Before we start this breakdown, what are your thoughts on Makima's character so far in Season 1 of Chainsaw Man? As soon as we see Makima's first gaze on Denji in his chainsaw form, we see how her intentions from the get-go are not good at all. That first stare that she does with her eyes looks menacingly. That first look at him, we can see she wants something from him right away. Her face looks as if she has found something she has been searching for a long time. We see how she gets really touchy with him and holds him in a way that just makes you feel off. This is super freaking weird. You aren't going to be getting handsy with the dude you just met that happens to be a chainsaw man. That just doesn't make sense in any world. She even refers to Denji as being her pet human from now on in their first interaction, her first sentence. But sadly, my boy Denji has been through such a rough life and even stated a huge desire for him was wanting a girlfriend. So when he meets Makima, all his rational thinking is out the window and he becomes a pet. On the car ride to wherever the fuck she's taking him because he has no idea, she dehumanizes him a lot, telling him to only answer to her questions, barking like a dog and not talking like a human. But then right after, she offers to buy him food. Hey, you're my pet, don't speak to me. Oh, you're hungry, let me buy you some food, my treat. She says what she really means first, but then puts it aside, and the twist and manipulation she sets in place is really freaking clever on her part, and Denji falls for her. They start eating, and my boy Denji falls deeper into the manipulation while she's still dehumanizing him. Denji asks if she has a type, as in boyfriend type. She leads him on by saying she's into Denji type guys, but you can tell at the look on her face she doesn't really mean it, but she's not gonna say that or say anything, contradict herself, because this is gonna compromise whatever goal she has with him. These actions of saving him, holding him, and feeding him lead to Makima having him right where she wants him, having him constantly think about her. We learn she even saved Aki, one of the characters in Chainsaw Man, and has him in the same boat. She saves both of these dudes and they assume automatically she's a good person. Because who wouldn't? If someone saved me from poverty and fed me, I would think this person has a good heart. If I was on the brink of death and someone showed up and saved me, I would believe they're a good person. Because she saved both of them, they believe they owe her in some way. But this can be abused if the person that did the good deed in that moment does not have a good heart. Later we see her get really sexual with my boy, but not because she truly cares or loves him. She just met this guy. Denji explains he achieved the goal of touching tits, but he felt no emotion behind it. Makima explains that when people do these types of actions, it feels best when you truly know the person and feel a connection to them. That feeling and bond will make these moments more special and intimate. Denji interprets this as if she's speaking about him. Why? Because she said earlier she was into Denji type people. Also, doing these sexual acts to him has my boy a little frisky and not thinking critically in the moment. In a way, she kind of takes advantage of him. No. She does take advantage of him. But guess what? All this stuff she does to him was only to ask him a favor, which is, drumroll please, killing the strongest being in the fucking universe. This bitch. If he completes this task, she will complete any wish he wants. Come on now. We both know what this means. For more context, the gun devil killed millions of people in minutes, literally. Again, we see her using Denji as a pawn to get what she wants, not really caring about him. Plus, she is technically his boss too in the public safety department for devil hunters. So she has that power and position over him, which lets her take advantage of him. But wait, not everybody likes Makima the way it may seem. We meet someone that actually hates Makima in the show. Himino. She knows the type of person she is, selfish and manipulative. She tells Denji that him and Aki deserve way better than her, warning him of the danger she brings. And guess what? She freaking dies. So she can no longer be the voice of reason to Denji and all the people who are falling into her spinning web. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of the Spider-Man gameplay, so had to throw that in there. This is where we get all types of messed up though. Why? Makima could have actually prevented Himino and many other public safety workers' deaths, but she doesn't prevent their deaths in order to learn more of the enemy. During the first encounter with Katana Man, his group of people assassinate many of the public safety crew, including Makima, but Somehow she survives, and when we see her alive, we get such an eerie vibe from her. Not a hero sound at all. You don't even see anything behind her stare into those people that killed her, and she ruthlessly kills them, and we see the aftermath of that. She knew the enemy was going to attack her and the Division 4 squad, but used them all as bait to catch the enemy. She goes to the extent of using an ability that allows her to kill specific individuals if she knows her name. All she needs is to sacrifice someone and that will kill the target. And guess what she uses? Prisoners. Now, don't get me wrong, prisoners, I mean, they're already fucked up. They've done fucked up things. But still, she's just killing people to kill the enemy. It's kind of fucked up in a way. We even see Master, the strongest devil hunter they have, confront her on this altercation. Master states that the public safety department easily could have seen this sneak attack coming due to their intelligence and resources. She straight up lies to him about not knowing of the sneak attack. Master says, "You're fucking lying. What is you on about?" And it just cuts there. We went in depth on how much of a messed up individual Makima is to everyone in the world. We see how her relationship with Denji is completely one-sided and she manipulates him with ease. We see how she treats public safety hunters, using their lives as an expense to get more information on her enemies, and we don't even know if it's worth it. Let's go over how in our lives we may run into a Makima type person, the questions to ask to find out if that is the case, and to have a clear mindset and good intentions doing this. Hey, so you're still watching this video. If you like the video so far, subscribe for weekly videos. Alright, let's get back into it. Makima can be in your life. First off, this does not have to be female person only. I'm not targeting females only. It can be literally anybody in your life. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to be doing this in a relationship POV. So it could be a guy or a girl or whatever you identify as. There are so many times in my life I hear someone say they want a relationship and someone to share their life with. There is nothing wrong with this at all. I actually have a lovely girlfriend. But many people approach this and handle it in such a terrible way. They will get in a relationship with someone that is manipulating, emotionally and physically abusive, and very narcissistic. They only care about themselves. There is two ways this can happen and have to be only these ways. One, they're actually blind to the truth of their partner, do not comprehend how much of a piece of poop they are. Two, they do understand the nature of their partner and realize they're a messed up and shitty individual, but choose to ignore it. And this can be for many reasons. They really love that person, they are afraid to be lonely due to social standards, or they are genuinely afraid of what the person might do if you try and leave them, etc. Guys and girls, if you have never thought about these things about your relationships with people, please do so. Does this person really care about me? How do I know? Do they treat me with respect and kindness? Do they ever ask me if I'm okay and make sure I really am okay? Do they expect me to do 1,000 things for them but never do anything for me? Ask yourself these questions and be honest, but do this with good intentions to finding answers, because let's say this person did something you didn't like at one moment and you're upset. There you are trying to find any little thing that annoyed you and you do something really stupid with that with bad intentions because they upset you at one moment. These are the tough questions we need to ask ourselves, because if we don't, it might be too late to avoid any negative consequences. But guess what? If you ask these questions with good intentions and find only positive things and nothing negative, you aren't dealing with a Makima. This may seem very stupid, overly cautious, and outright ridiculous, I know, but I am positive you have seen, met, or interacted with people like this, and you do not want to be spending your time and energy on them. One of Chainsaw Man's biggest lessons, underneath all the action-packed fights and the sexual scenes of this beautiful anime, there is a huge lesson. It is not to completely shut out people and never trust anybody, but to approach new friendships and relationships in an open and tiny cautious way. This is one of the first major lessons that Chainsaw introduces, and it is super fucking important in my opinion. We are all humans, we are social creatures by nature, so at some point we will want to meet people and possibly get closer with them and have relationships with them, but there is a possibility that we are dealing with a Makima sometimes. With the Chainsaw Man Season 1 story, we can visually see the main character being exploited and taken advantage of, which sucks. But just because we see them go through this does not mean we have to. We need to have respect for ourselves, because if we do not, we will fall into these type of relationships with people and they will use us with no care for our well-being. Denji is just a 16-year-old kid that has gone through a lot of traumatic experiences and had no one to teach him about anything in life. So he doesn't know any better but to trust and believe someone that saved his life. Honestly, I'm really scared how this video will do and be received, because I've never talked about anything like this online, but I've seen too many people fall into the Makima types in real life and I'm sick of that shit. That was the breakdown analysis on Makima, how these people can enter your life, and one of the Chainsaw Man's biggest lessons. It's about being cautious in relationships and understanding the signs of manipulation and having awareness. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching through all the way. If you are new here, subscribe for weekly videos, like if you enjoyed, and comment your thoughts on the video. Alright, to my fellow anime enjoyers, I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, and peace.